Hello, everybody. Nicholas Snow, your PromoHomo here with my co-host for the evening, Clifton Tatum. Hi, Cliff.
Hello. How you doing, Nicholas? How you doing this evening?
I'm fantastic. You want to have that mic close to your brilliant DJ voice.
Okay, fine.
So this is an episode of Outinerary on PromoHomo.TV, and Outinerary celebrates out-of-this-world experiences while being out in this world.
Exactly.
Do you like that, Outinerary?
I love it.
It's trademarked, by the way. It's my trademark. And, Outinerary will grow a lot and cover a lot more interesting. Well, this is very interesting tonight, but a lot of fabulous travel coverage coming in Outinerary.
We're looking forward to it.
Well, maybe you'll be along for some of those adventures.
I hope to.
Well, this adventure tonight, we're celebrating Broadway in Hollywood. And I'm literally yards away from the spot where Will Smith slapped Christopher Rock. Yes. We are at the Dolby Theatre, which is the home of the Academy Awards, the Oscars. The Dolby Theatre is one of the locations for Broadway in Hollywood. And that's what I'm doing in this particular broadcast. I'm celebrating Broadway in Hollywood. And we're at the opening night of the musical comedy Tootsie. And I haven't seen this particular Broadway musical, but I can hardly wait. So we're going to be seeing opening night. I'm going to be actually playing some of the Road Company video clips for you to see, because I won't be taking the live camera into the studio. And I also am going to tell you what's coming up for Broadway in Hollywood during the 2022-2023 season. We have all that information coming up, some really great shows, including a return of The Lion King.
Excellent.
Yeah. Have you seen The Lion King?
No, I haven't. That's what I'm looking forward to returning.
Oh, well, that's a good one. That's a good one. By the way, I'm loving your shirt.
Well, I want to represent all the colors of the rainbow, so.
Well, and my logo includes, well, actually, you know what? I now include, Cliff, when I put a whole row of the rainbow flag hearts,
yes,
I include the brown heart and the black heart, because they are expanding the colors in the rainbow flag to be fully representative. And there are even versions with the pink and blue for transgender. That's one of the things we're all learning to be more inclusive.
And what's the black heart for?
Men and women and people of African descent, black and brown people.
Oh, okay. Not their hearts, but just their color. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Well, I always use heart emojis to make a rainbow flag, and I would always use red, orange, yellow, purple, green, blue, green, purple.
Yeah.
For my rainbow flags.
Okay.
But then I realized that people were adding more colors to be more representative.
Oh, okay.
So it could be a star, a black, a heart, a stripe.
Okay.
But more colors to be more inclusive.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so Tootsie, by the way, is running, it's a hilarious Tony-winning book by Robert Horn, and outrageously clever score by the 2018 Tony Award winner David Yazbek, who is known for The Band's Visit and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. The New York Times Critic's pick was for Tootsie, called it a joyful delight, the Washington Post. And it's so packed with punchlines, it should be called a jokebox musical, according to Bloomberg.
I like that, a jokebox.
A jokebox as opposed to a jukebox.
Yes, exactly.
And in the Rolling Stone raves, in these turbulent times when the world seems out of balance, we need a place to let the good times roll.
Yes, of course.
That's the Rolling Stones.
That's a little plug for the Rolling Stones as well. I love it.
Do you turn to arts and music to help you through trying times?
Of course. Doing dishes, doing laundry.
Oh, those are trying times.
Those are trying times for me.
Okay. I'm doing my nails. Someone else does my nails. So also in this episode, I'm flashing back to the opening night of Hamilton at the Pantages Theatre. My friends Oscar and Wade went with me that night, and it was a very special event, and I have some wonderful footage taken that night. And I know Oscar and Wade were wondering, well, when am I ever going to broadcast it? Tonight, gentlemen, tonight. So I would love for you to tell us all about Broadway in Hollywood. He has his script.
Yes, I do.
He's ready to.
I'm going to tell you everything about it.
He's ready to give us all the info.
The curtain rose on Broadway in Hollywood in February of 2019. to welcome the best of Broadway in the heart of Hollywood. As the foremost presenter at first-class touring productions in Los Angeles, Broadway in Hollywood welcomes over 1 million people annually to 2 iconic theaters, the Hollywood Pantages and the Dolby Theatre. Broadway in Hollywood presents the hottest shows on the world's most famous boulevard. Hollywood history is happening nightly.
Well, that means we're making history, and we're 2 of those millions or so people here in Hollywood tonight. And we're at the Dolby Theatre. Now, most people around the world know the Dolby Theatre from the Academy Awards telecast, but let's tell them about the Dolby Theatre as well.
Well, it opened in 2001. The 180,000 square foot, 3,400 seat Dolby Theatre with cutting-edge technology sets the stage for entertainment technology as a host of the world's biggest movie premieres, events, and performances. Dolby Theatre is an ongoing showcase for the latest innovations in Dolby entertainment technology, including Dolby Atmos. Dolby Atmos, a breakthrough audio technology that delivers a natural, lifelike sensory experience. Dolby Theatre also features Dolby 3D, a state-of-the-art imaging solution that provides audiences with a superior 3D experience. Dolby Theatre is located within Hollywood and Highland, which consists of over 640,000 square feet of space.
We dined in some of those square feet.
Yes, we did. Only about 8 square feet, I'd say.
It was a big booth.
It's regional and local retail tenants, a variety of restaurants, several of Hollywood's hottest nightclubs, a 6-screen state-of-the-art cinema adjacent to the world-famous TCL Chinese Theater, and the 640-room Lowe's Hollywood Hotel.
Okay, so that's a lot of information.
That's a lot of notes. We'll be having a pop quiz later.
Yes, I'm going to turn my page. So coming up in the show, as I mentioned, we're going to tease the 2022-23 season, tell you all the shows. I'm about to play some highlights of the touring company of Tootsie. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you where else you can see Tootsie in Southern California coming up. So let's take a look at some footage from the road touring company of Tootsie. Looks like a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing the show.
Yes, we are.
And by the way, I want to show them this image. Oh, there we go. So BroadwayInHollywood.com. Isn't that fancy?
That's very
BroadwayInHollywood.com. That's where you can find out all the information.
You're so creative.
Thank you. That's why I brought him. Yeah, that's their artwork. I just turned it into a transparent overlay. So we have BroadwayInHollywood.com, where you can go for more information about this show and, of course, others. And by the way, if I didn't mention, Tootsie here at the Dolby Theatre runs through May 15th, and it's coming up to Costa Mesa's Segerstrom Center for the Arts, May 31st through June 12th. That's Costa Mesa's Segerstrom Center for the Arts. And to find out about those performances, you go to scfta.org. That's stfta.org. So before I break the news, just a second. Before I break the news about what's coming up in the next season, I have some thank yous. So for their support of my show, I want to thank DAP Health in Palm Springs, California. One of their mottos, Cliff, it's not, I always say motto, it's a value statement.
Yeah.
Is we welcome all people, period. And I'm a grateful client of DAP Health. I also want to give a shout out to 849 Restaurant and Lounge, owners Willie Ryan and John Pascal. You were just at my big 60th birthday event.
Yes, the food was amazing. The atmosphere was amazing. The staff were amazing.
It was all amazing. It's my 60th birthday. This is what 60 looks like. Also, I'm a proud media sponsor of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. And their mission statement is creating vibrant community by helping LGBTQ people along their way. So if you're in the Coachella Valley and you're feeling isolated or lonely, or you just want more activities and people in your life, check them out. I know, Cliff, that some of the organizations you're involved with meet at the center.
Yes, and that's the thing. I think at the heart of every organization in Palm Springs, is the idea of tackling isolation and bringing people in the fold, finding what you enjoy doing, and then meet the people that are involved, helps to bring Palm Springs the family that it's known to be. It's so important that people get out and challenge themselves and meet people, find what they enjoy, and bring those two things together. It makes for an amazing lifestyle.
That's so beautifully stated. And, one of the things we were talking about on the drive here from Palm Springs is I suffer from isolation and loneliness. I'm taking active steps to be with real people in the real world, just like this.
Yes, and it's amazing. You have a lot of childhood stuff you have to get past, but when you're in a loving community that supports you growing, it almost feels odd. Geez, I have so many amazing friends who support what I'm doing, and it takes a while to get used to it.
Well, we're here together and we're expanding our horizons. And I also want to give a shout out to Palm Springs Pride. I'm a proud media sponsor of Palm Springs Pride. And they have a wonderful event every November, but year-round activities. And coming up, I think May 11th, is the annual Harvey Milk Diversity Breakfast, which is fabulous. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. And for their support in amplifying PromoHomo.TV across the Twitterverse, I want to thank the hashtag I Love Gay campaign. Gotta love them. And my media partners, KK1065 Palm Springs, the hashtag I Love Gay Palm Springs podcast, and gaydesertguide.lgbt. By the way, wherever you are in the world, you can ask your smart speaker, Alexa or Siri. If I'm in my home studio, I can't say their names out loud because then they both start screaming at me. If I talk to Alexa, Siri, or Google. But you can ask your smart speaker to play KGAY radio, and they will. By the way, if you're having merch envy, you don't have to have merch envy. This wonderful merchandise for PromoHomo.TV is available on Amazon or from a link at PromoHomo.TV. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button on the lower right. And if you're watching, that's the one. There we go. If you're watching on Facebook, always look for the bell symbol that pops up during a Facebook live broadcast, and that will remind you of future broadcasts. And I'm all over social media. So, hey, Stan and Delphine. So we're gonna all get on camera right now. So step right up, gentlemen. Up. I think you need to make this shorter for me for a second. Would you just bring this down? You're fine? You don't mind? You're good. Okay. Oh, fantastic. So, Stan, you are a theater person and a writer and a journalist, and Delphine is your friend and companion, and you come here quite a bit, right?
All those things are true, yeah, Nicholas. I write a monthly column for Gay Entertainment Directory on stage, and I've been doing that about 7-8 years.
GED magazine?
Yep, sure.
Love them.
And because we're a monthly magazine, I actually write previews of shows like Tootsie. I wrote about it. It appears in this month's issue, but that I come and see them after I've already written about them. But I've known the music for this show for a couple of years now, since Santino Fontana did it on Broadway. And he's going to be a hard pair of high heels to fill, I'll tell you. He's great as Tootsie.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the show. This will be my first time. And one of the great experiences is about driving in from Palm Springs is dining beforehand. And tell us where you went, Delphine. And it was your choice. And how was the meal? And what did you have?
Well, it's an old favorite of ours, Musso and Frank's, and so we go there, every once in a blue moon.
5 years.
Every 5 years. And this just seemed appropriate, so it was really fun. It was really delicious.
And what did you have?
I had the ribeye, medium rare, of course.
And what did you have?
And I had a swordfish steak that was just so moist and delicious. Really, really nice.
They're just outstanding.
Well, I haven't been there yet, but I'll have to try that. We went to CPK. Yes.
That was our second choice. So,
Yeah.
that was,
So before I let you go, were you excited when they started having Broadway in Hollywood also at the Dolby Theatre in addition to the Pantages? And do you personally have a preference, Stan, of one theater over the other? You're allowed to say that. I'm forcing him to say. Which experience do you like better and why?
Okay, number one, of course, I'm just delighted. That's a whole new avenue for me to come and see a theater, for us to come and see a theater. And that's funny that we had a little, not a confrontation, but just I still like the Pantages because it's got this old school glamour about it. And he said, oh, how funny. We get to go to the Dolby today where it's all nice and bright. Everything is so clean. So,
And I don't think anyone will be slapping anyone here tonight.
no slaps.
Well.
No.
Oh, you never know. Okay.
I'd say good
Well,
for that.
thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Great to see you, Nicholas. Okay, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now I'm going to let Clifton Tatum come back on. So it's always nice to do spontaneous interviews. That actually wasn't that spontaneous. We haven't had the conversation in advance, but I knew they were here and I invited them to drop by my broadcast. So one of the ways that this network happens, PromoHomo.TV, are because of the support of the PromoHomo.TV superstars. And they're people who subscribe to the free content at PromoHomo.TV for as little as $10 a month. And I'd love to introduce you now to some of the people who have done just that.
And I just can't get enough of your energy. I just can't get enough. You're the light in the middle of the night, and I just can't get enough. Oh, 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 oh,
You gotta love those PromoHomo.TV superstars. And
Yes.
since that video was updated, I've had some more come on board. So I want to give a shout out to Christopher Christensen, who I've known since 1988. My dear friends Atma Weissman and Joy Silver, and also C4 Communications offering ASL interpreter services. They just came on board to help support the show, and I really appreciate that. So just a reminder, we're at the opening night of Tootsie. Neither one of us have seen the show. So we're telling you to come see it. It's an exciting show, and it's here at the Pantages through May 15th. And for those in Southern California, it is at the Segerstrom Center for the Arts, May 31st through June 12th. And I did promise that I was going to tell you what's coming up at the Broadway in Hollywood season. So Broadway in Hollywood, and by the way, Broadway in Hollywood is sort of synonymous for the Nederlander organization. If you need to know about quality theater, Google Nederlander. So Jeff Lobst, the president of Broadway in Hollywood, states, since reopening our doors to audiences this past August, the cheers resonating from our packed houses at both the Hollywood Pantages and Dolby Theaters remind us of one simple fact. LA theater goers and Palm Springs theater goers are ready for even more, and we've got more in store. How fitting that in the middle of Women's History Month, we get to introduce you to an all-brilliant lineup of shows. This was released last month, featuring bold, inspirational, multifaceted women from all walks of life. Broadway has returned home to Hollywood with a season that is simply the best.
Woo!
Simply
Tina
the
Turner.
best. The season will boast 6 direct from Broadway hits, all celebrating their LA premieres at the Hollywood Pantages Theatre, including Jagged Little Pill, featuring music by Grammy Award winner Alanis Morissette.
Great.
The history-making new play Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, written by Academy Award winner Aaron Sorkin. Wow, that's going to be something to see. Tina Fey's Tony-nominated smash hit Mean Girls, the global smash hit, an exuberant celebration of 21st century girl power, 500 years in the making, Tina, the Tina Turner musical,
that should be great.
about the life of the living music legend herself, and Beetlejuice, the hilarious smash hit musical based on the 1988 Tim Burton film. So,
Exciting.
To keep or lose your gay card, which of those musicals have you seen?
Okay, when I was about 7 or 8 years old, I think I saw To Kill a Mockingbird.
This is a new play. You
Okay,
saw the
then.
movie. You saw the classic film.
None of those.
All right, he might lose his gay card, but he's in fabulous rainbow colors, so that probably is not going to happen tonight.
Now I have a reason to come out.
Yes, so also the Dolby Theatre, where we are tonight, will host 2 long-awaited, tried-and-true Broadway classics, both backed by popular demand. Annie, the classic Broadway musical, and one of my faves, Hairspray,
Oh,
featuring Andrew Levitt, known to audiences as Nina West in RuPaul's Drag Race, Disney Plus This Is Me Pride Celebration,
yes.
as Edna Turnblad.
Should be fun.
I love the music from
Yes.
Hairspray, the musical.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And I mentioned at the top of the show, The Lion King is coming
Yeah.
back as an added bonus to their season announcement. Broadway and Hollywood and the Hollywood Pantages Theatre are proud to welcome home Disney's The Lion King, which returns after a 10-year absence in Los Angeles. The production's 2023 engagement marks the 4th Los Angeles engagement of this groundbreaking production at the Hollywood Pantages
Looking
Theatre.
forward to coming out for that one.
More than 100 million people around the world have experienced the awe-inspiring visual artistry, the unforgettable music, and the uniquely theatrical storytelling of this Broadway spectacular, one of the most breathtaking and beloved productions ever to grace the stage.
Looking forward to it.
I have Disney Plus, and I think I'm going to go watch Lion King the movie. I have not seen it.
What?
I've never seen Lion King the movie.
I may need to punch your gay card.
That sounds like an offer I might accept. All right, so I promised I was going to flash back to the fabulous opening night of Hamilton at the Pantages with my friends Oscar and Wade, and I'm going to do that right now. So let's go back in time and down the street to the Pantages Theatre. Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas Snow, your Promo Homo. This is PromoHomo.TV and a special episode of Outinerary, where we spotlight out of this world travel while being out in this world. And what could be better for one's itinerary than opening night of Hamilton in the first post-vaccine pandemic world for the season opener of Broadway and Hollywood at the Pantages Theatre. So I'm on location, I get to go, I'm a lucky ticket holder, and I'm not wearing a mask now, but they have amazing protocols in place. I will be masked, I will be offering proof of vaccination in this very special episode of Outinerary, and we're also going to talk to my dates for the evening, Wade and Oscar, about their pre- and post-show experiences as well. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. my friends Wade and Oscar. Hello, Wade.
Hello.
And hello, Oscar.
Hello, Nick.
So we all know each other from Palm Springs, but Oscar lives in the New York area, and Wade now lives very close to where we are now. I want to start with you, Oscar. How many times have you been to a Broadway show actually on Broadway?
I think about 6 times.
And none of us, by the way, have seen Hamilton yet, correct?
Nope, I have not.
And Wade, I know you just went to New York for the first time. Did you see any shows while you were there? They weren't open when you were there yet, right?
Right, no, I was able to stand in front of theaters and I could see where they were happening, but not until they weren't opening until September.
Okay, and Oscar, have you ever been to a touring Broadway show outside of New York?
I have been. I saw a version of Wicked upstate New York in Albany, the capital of New York State, which was actually really, really good. I was actually surprised how good it was.
And what about, Wade, do you have much experience with touring Broadway shows?
No, in fact, this is the first time I've ever seen a Broadway show. This is my first time.
So my first word is wow, coming out of Hamilton for the very first time. Oscar, how are you feeling at this moment?
That's a great word. Wow. I was just completely wowed. I was thinking so many things during the show. I'm trying to catch my breath right now. I'm just feeling overwhelmed, touched by so many of the stories, the personal stories, the stories about our nation. So many stories to share.
And Wade?
Yeah, I have to agree. I'm kind of speechless. Throughout the performance, I found myself overwhelmed many times with the power of how it was presented, but also just the story about resilience and dreaming and the fight. I don't know. I feel inspired and I want to come back tomorrow night.
Well, Wade lives a 5-minute walk from this location. I have a feeling there are more Broadway shows in your future.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
So one of the things that stands out for me is, and this is not a spoiler, but it definitely will resonate with anybody that has seen this show, is who tells your story. That's the message. It's like, who tells your story? And one of my missions is to tell people's stories. And also, I think that there are many people who've made a huge impact in the world that never get the story told the way that it should or could be, which I think is another underlying message. Would you like to add to that?
Yeah, very much. That's one major theme I heard in this play. The theme of we become our stories, and there's stories to be told about people who make a huge impact in other human beings, in an entire nation. There were so many lines that I just was really touched by during the performance. The story of possibility. That was one story that I really heard. There's this tagline that gets repeated. Just look around, and look around, and look around for the possibilities of what the future can be, and and also the storage of courage of just pursuing that dream. Another line that really made an impact on me was a line about taking chances, and just taking your chance. I won't throw away my chance. And to me, that's a story about courage and a story about enterprising for change and leaving a story behind.
I think another thing that we're probably saying is that, well, I know I'm getting, is that inspires me to keep living my story and keep telling my story and keep celebrating this life. Do you have anything to add to this sort of theme?
Well, I really appreciated the fact that it was very authentic, that we're complicated and even flawed people can achieve great things. George Washington's line, "Dying is easy, living is hard," was really profound to me, because it's about going for what you want or having a vision for something bigger than maybe exists at the moment. And coming through the pandemic, it just resonated with me that we've all done that. We fought and we've believed we could get to the end of this, and we're not at the end of it, but I just felt that parallel between the experience of people fighting for the beginning of this country and all of us today fighting to maintain and to survive this time. So, yes, dying is easy, but living is hard.
Thank you. And before we close, I just want to echo the message about much larger than the personal stories. One of the things that really struck to me, one line that really struck was something that Washington said also to Hamilton: "The eyes of history are on you." And to me, that's really the moment that we are in our history, a moment of bringing the country together, overcoming divisiveness, accepting the diversity, and fighting for equity that is and has been part of the American dream from the very beginning. And we still have a way to go.
So that was an example of theater that's, become so famous, Hamilton, and really raised important conversations at an important time in the world.
Right.
And also, theater is sometimes a really light, fun evening, and you don't have to give it much thought. But it's always wonderful when theater elevates consciousness.
Yes. And in times like this, we do need to elevate our consciousness and be more aware of other people and how they came to be.
Well said. So I'm going to go through the comments that have come in during the show, put those on the screen. I just want you to know tickets are available at BroadwayandHollywood.com or Ticketmaster.com for everything that Broadway and Hollywood does. And the Dolby box office is located here at the Hollywood and Highland Complex, 6801 Hollywood Boulevard. And the Hollywood Pantages Theatre box office is located at 6233 Hollywood Boulevard. And current box office hours are always listed at BroadwayandHollywood.com. So let's check out the new comments. So Robert is watching. Hi, Robert. And Sharon loves that we are broadcasting from the Dolby Theatre. And Rock is sending rainbows and a heart. My friend Valerie, who is an amazing journalist herself, says looks like fun. And Amanda says happy birthday, and Sharon's giving me more birthday love. Paul Jasek, who I've been at the Pantages with many times, says looking great. And Sharon added, love musical Hamilton. Saw it live before the pandemic shut Broadway down. Inspiring story, and appreciate Nicholas's poignant "Who tells our story?" and your guest insights on the story of possibilities and courage and our fight to survive difficulties. So I love that as well, and thank you for giving a shout out about that, Sharon. Really appreciate it. I think we should put the equipment away and go sit down because the show starts in 24 minutes.
Time enough to get our popcorn.
I don't know if they have popcorn at the Dolby Theater. We'll figure that out. I'll co-host. I'll let you co-host with me anytime.
I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
By the way, he's the president of PSLOD, Palm Springs Leather Order of the Desert.
Yes.
PSLOD.org or
Yeah.
com?
.org.
.org. I might start going to some of their meetings for research. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Live from Hollywood, it's Clifton Tatum and Nicholas Snow.
Bye.
And,
Good night.
we're going to the theater.
The theater. I have a question.
Bye, everybody.